Do, 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 do. It's time to get started. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dan BearPig82, and this is Kerbal's Space Program. So yeah, let's get the starting soon screen down. There we go. Yeah, we are ready to go. And bring up the UI. Yes, look at this. We're here with our propulsion module for our interplanetary spaceship. And I've been doing some refueling of it, and there's a lot left to go. To be fair, I focused on creating monopropellant out of the ore that we had delivered from the surface of Minmus first, and now we're working on the liquid fuel. But I took a pause because we're coming right up on a launch window for Moho, and I figure we might as well do it. If it's going to take a while to get this thing fueled up, we might as well get more science while we're at it, right? Plus, we're actually burning through our money at an alarming rate. That's going to slow way down now that we don't need to launch more refueling missions to this for you know, ever. But there will be more launches, more expensive launches. We're just drilling on the surface of Minmus and delivering ore to this refinery right here and processing that into fuels right now. So that costs us nothing but time. But we're down to just over 1 million spaceos, and we're going to need more than that if we're going to launch the rest of this thing and assemble it in orbit. So yeah, we got some work to do. And Raider, you are first. Welcome, Raider. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. So let's go ahead and before we do anything else, there are a couple of contracts. Your goof. That's a typo, I know, but it's a funny one. Your goof. Good to hear you're good. Goof to hear you're goof. But yeah, we have some contracts that I keep mentioning and then forgetting to finish. Transmit or recover scientific data from space around Kerbal and from space around the moon. We can do those. That shouldn't be any problem. In fact, let's go to the map view. Are we here? Okay, we had a big crash. We had a big crash. All right, so let me relaunch. Got to relaunch Kerbal Space Program now. Are we here? Okay. Oh, yep, and I've got my stream up on my phone because I was testing things. Okay, big crash. Relaunching. There we go. So that's there too. You're playing Counter-Strike Go with some friends, Raider? Cool, cool. I don't know if you even heard me having fun with the typo because it's a fun typo. But yeah. Yep, big crash. Yay. Oh well. All right, game is relaunching. Yeah, haven't had that one before. Yeah, OBS crashed and KSP froze, so that was fun. All right, let's resize my window while it is launching so that we get windowless full screen, and then we're gonna get back to where we were. But yeah. we got some contracts to complete. That's what we were talking about. I hope that most of that came through. I don't actually know. Satan, how are you doing? Yeah, we just had the game crash right off the bat. And Satan with the Boozinate. All right, here we go. Let's Boozinate. All right. Hello, it's me, Boozinating. And I've got my Hop Rising Hazy Double IPA from Squatters. So let's go ahead and pour that while the game launches, and we got to hydrate too. So Satan, I was on Vault Hunters last night, and you were AFK on the platform all night. And then this morning, I came on and did a vault, and Twiglet was AFK on the platform. What's going on? Is this an April Fool's thing? All right, we're getting a pour here. There we go. You had a call, had to run away from your PC? All right, at least there was nothing there. Well, actually, there was actually a zombie. I killed a zombie. It was coming after that villager there, I think. Thank you for the Boozinate and for the hydrate. And oh, I hear the music. Okay, good. Awesome, thank you. All right, let's go back to this right here. All right, and go back in to our game. We shouldn't have lost anything here. We just, it froze up as we were trying to zoom out on the map because we're trying to do a couple of contracts here that we've had sitting there for a while, and I keep mentioning them and then forgetting to do them. So we definitely want to do those. We'll get a little bit of science and a little bit of money from them. And as we were looking, we're actually running out of money. So let's go to mission control. Active contracts, yeah. Science data from space around Kerbin and from space around the moon. Those, we just need to knock them right out. They're easy. We also have some viewer rescues that we need to actually address. Befri Krazos, I think that was Twiglet reading that one, and the rest are from you, Satan. Buckaroo Kerman, Giga Kerman, and Carmillionaire Kerman. We still have this one, Rescue Uranus. We did rescue Uranus. They just haven't gone back to the surface of Kerbin yet, so might as well, right? Science data from space around Lathe is one we'll attempt later. We've got a satellite on its way. We're passively detecting comets with our COVID telescope, our celestial object vector intercept detection telescope. And Explore Eve is kind of our final boss mission that we're not ready to do yet. All right, so let's go to the tracking station, and fingers crossed we don't have a crash this time, because those are frustrating. And let me see, did this count as a new session as far as okay, good. It is claimed, so we retained our session in OBS and Twitch. Good. I'm glad about that. So let's turn off ships and probes. And let's go to Arcadia Station, orbiting Kerbin. And let's send some science data home from here. Doesn't have to be anything particularly interesting. It just has to be some science data. And they'll say, hey, thanks. Have a small amount of money and science points for that. And I'll say, oh, cool, thanks. I was wanting and needing both of those, but in much greater quantities than you're offering. Okay, so what we can do from here We've got, we've done Science Junior from up here. Let's find out. Conduct a materials study. We have. Okay, so let's not worry about that one because I don't want to take a scientist out there and reset that. But let's aim the cameras so that we can actually get in here for our other science experiments. Of course, it's dark around here. But yeah, let's just take a temperature reading. Simple temperature reading and transmit data. And there it is. Contract complete. We've just received experimental data from Space Around Kerbal. Look at that. The sun just came up. We get 20,000 Spaceos and 3 science point. Nice! I'll take it. That brings us up to what, 80 science points? Yep, 80.6 science points. Now, let's try the moon. Do we have anything around the moon that we can send science from? I think we do. Focus view. And we need to look at probes. That's one for a contract. Big fuel tank probe. What about things classified as relays? Moon relay, fuel depot. I wonder, did we put anything on here that's scientifical? Otherwise, we might have to send something which we can combine with a rescue mission. I think we might have something around the moon. We might just have things around Minmus and Kerbal. So, all right, this. Yes. Okay, we have a thermometer on here. So log temperature. Nice. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible. We've read that one many times. Let's transmit the data. And contract complete. We've just received experimental data from space around the moon. Good work. We get 40,000 Spaceos and 3 science points. Excellent. All right, now those are ticked off of the list. We're good. And that gives us 83.6 science points. Nothing near what we can do anything with, but it's something. And yeah, we are a day away from our ideal time to launch to Moho, so we'll want to do that. First, though, let's go back to the map. And I think our drilling machine is currently on the surface of Minmus. So let's toggle landers on. Or landers. Are they already on? Yeah, they're already on. Okay, good. Mosquito 2, Mosquito 1, Mosquito 3. All right, switch 2. And let's see, is it full of ore? Or do we need to give it a little bit more time? More time. We'll find out shortly. Okay, let's look at resources. Oh yeah, I just landed it. Okay, so it's going to take some time. So basically, this is going to be drilling while we do our next launch, and we're going to come back to it afterwards. So let's go back to the Space Center and let's plan our mission to Moho. And in fact, let's see. I think what we want to do is send multiple landers on one launch. That way, when we get there, we can drop them off at a bunch of different places. Assuming we can actually stop there. We've only managed it one time. Moho is difficult. Not as difficult as Eve, but it's difficult. So let's look at research and development, our archives for Moho. Midlands. We've been down to the Midlands. No, in space high. Okay. Temperature scan. Do we not have anything from the surface? Oh, we haven't landed there yet. We have only managed orbit. Yeah, and that was difficult enough. Well, let's try a lander then. We're going to need a ton of Delta V for this. And it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. But let's open up our past craft. And I think if we go down to M, yeah, Moho Research Expedition 3.0, Moho Landing Expedition. Okay, we have a lander on the way. That's what we have. All right, let's load this and maybe send a second one. Okay. Nice. Yeah, 13 kilometers per second of Delta V total. and it's dirt cheap. So yeah, let's not worry about multiples. Let's just send this. Yeah, let's head out to the launch pad. We'll time warp to our actual our alarm, which is, I believe, it's technically 1 day before the ideal, but that's fine. It's a window that is not just an instantaneous launch window, as they call them. We've got a lot of leeway for this one. So what we'll do, we'll warp to the alarm, and if it's nighttime, we'll warp until daytime. We do not need Flight Manager for recoverable stages for this. This is an expendable launch vehicle. But if we go here to the alarms, Moho launch window, warp to the next one. And it was actually almost 2 days. It was a day and 5 hours. And yeah, we are at night. We're at midnight, basically. So as soon as this closes, and hopefully today we'll be seeing this Duna probe arrival too, but not guaranteed. Delete and close. All right, and warp to sunrise. And there we go. All right. Let's go ahead and close our alarms. Let's do MechJeb Ascent Guidance. And what we want to do is launch to this setting is for the for Minmus. This is our altitude for our orbit of our interplanetary spaceship, and so this is what I was using for Rendezvouses with that for refueling. So what we want to do here instead is go to maybe a 250 kilometer orbit for our parking orbit. Reasonably high. And the rest of this should be okay. And all we need to do now is engage, double check our staging. Always check your staging, even if you're already sure. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Engage autopilot. And there we go. Lift off. This is the Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle carrying an expedition to the surface of Moho. The Mole, the Moho landing expedition. Or is that orbiter and landing expedition? I don't even remember. So I think it has an orbiter. Can't really see from here. Vehicle is pitching downrange. And everything is looking nominal. Vehicle is supersonic. We have maximum aerodynamic pressure. Max Q. Next up will be MECO, main engine cutoff, and then stage separation. And MechJeb is flying the rocket. I'm hands off here except for the camera. Alright, we have MECO and stage separation, second engine start, and this is the only thing that I have to do is fairing separation is confirmed. Looking good. We actually separated the fairing a little bit early. There was a little bit more drag than I prefer, but it's fine. No issues here. Yeah, we're just going to follow this all the way up to orbit. So far, so good. Yeah, our time to apoapsis is going up, so yeah, we're definitely going to reach orbit, and we know from experience that this is a good launch, a good launch vehicle, and we shouldn't have any issues. Not anticipating any issues. Nice view down there of Kerbin's oceans. Don't know what ocean that is, or if it even has a name. Well, I know it has a name. Someone's made a map. I've seen it on Reddit that has all the features on Kerbin named, but I sure don't know them. All right, we're reaching our target apoapsis. There it is, and second engine shut off. It's doing little tweaks to it since we're still in the atmosphere, and the apoapsis is shifting because of drag, which is kind of hilarious. That's less and less as we get just out to the edges of the atmosphere. And now we're in space. So we should get an auto time warp here shortly after it points towards the, and yeah, we have automatic deployment of our solar panels too, which is great, and our antennas. So no chance of forgetting those. Thank you, MechJeb. Yeah, it's going to point towards the maneuver marker that it's set up for itself, and then we're going to time warp until our apoapsis and then circularize. There we go. Just using the reaction wheels. In fact, we don't even have monopropellant or maneuvering thrusters on this. It's a small guy. We're just going to use reaction wheels for attitude control. Reaction wheels and engine gimbaling. Yeah, this attitude adjustment isn't strictly necessary, but MechJeb does not know how to use the persistent rotation mod. So it points right towards that and then ignores it completely. And there we go, we've got auto time warp. Coming up on apoapsis, right over the Terminator. And second engine start number 2. And we have a good parking orbit. Excellent. Okay, so now, since we are going inwards to Moho, let's in fact set Moho as our target. We'll want to do our next burn on the day side, but let's actually go ahead and use MechJeb for this. So we want maneuver planner, and let's do advanced transfer to another planet. And what we want to do is, yeah, let's do, wow, okay. Pork chop selection, there we go. And we want to do this for ASAP. And create the node. There it is. And that's coming up in 33 minutes. It's a 2.6 kilometer per second burn. That should get us, yep, that gets us an encounter with Moho. Very good. So let's go ahead and execute next node. Why not? Let's let MechJeb do this. So we're going to point towards the maneuver marker on the nav ball. And yeah, sure enough, it's planning this for very near noon on the day side of the planet. That way, while we increase our delta V, or our velocity, relative to Kerbal so that we get an escape, we are simultaneously decreasing our velocity relative to Kerbal, the sun. So that lowers our orbit relative to the sun. All right, we're pointing the right direction. Any moment we should get auto time warp. There it is. Back around to the day side. And the first little bit of this maneuver will be done with the little bit of fuel we have left in our upper stage, which is going to be more space junk for Kefri Bezos to to dispose of, and then the rest will be done with the nuclear stage. And there we go. Yeah, this does not do auto staging, so I had to do the staging myself. Not a problem. And yeah, we've got an 8.5 minute burn. So here we go. We're at double time right now, which the game isn't really liking, but oh well, game. There we go. Actually, it's doing better in this scene than it is in the map scene. Interesting. Okay. So can we speed it up more? Yeah, we can go to quadruple time with no problems from here. Very cool. And if we look up towards space, there's less for the game to render, which makes it less visually interesting, but more reliable for the computations. So that's good. And yeah, we've got an escape already. Looking nominal, we're halfway through the burn. One kilometer per second remaining in this burn. We can close the ascent guidance window. It's freaking out because it doesn't know what we're doing. .500 meters per second left in this burn. That's 90 seconds. .100 meters per second remaining. Let's go ahead and slow this back down. We're at double time. And for the last 10 seconds, let's do that in real time. And let's look in the map view as well. Make sure things are looking good. Burn is complete. All right, we have very nearly an encounter. So let's see what happens here. If we'll probably want to wait until we leave Kerbin's sphere of influence. Let's go ahead and time warp to that. We're tumbling around. Let's also make an alarm for our next opportunity for a launch. So let's see. Next launch opportunity, and we want to do that for 15 days from now. There we go. We may or may not take that, but that is the earliest we can launch from this launch pad. We're simulating the time it would take to refurbish the launch pad and roll out the next rocket. All right, and here we are leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence. So what we should do now, actually stay in the map view, Dan. Let's zoom out. And yeah, our ascending node, we have an 8.8 degree inclination with Moho, but that's not really a problem. What we want to do here is fine-tune closest approach to the target. Okay. And that wants to burn a kilometer per second of delta V. I'm not sure we need to do that. Let's delete that, and instead, right here, closer. Let's add a maneuver here, and let's see if we can manually make this work. Okay, a little bit of retrograde is helping a lot. In fact, I think that's all we need is a little bit of retrograde. Just about. Satan redeemed random cat, and we got Arya and Shadow, and there's a Boozinate. All right, let's do a Boozinate. And a Hydrate, of course. All right, here we go. Here's our Boozinate. Delicious. Nice and citrusy and hazy. And that will keep Hangover Dan at bay. All right. Thank you, Satan. But let's see. Radial in is helping a little bit. What about normal? No. Anti-normal? That's helping some. But yeah, I think we can do this a whole lot cheaper than what MechJeb was projecting. Yeah, as long as that's going down, we're good. You watch, we'll end up with exactly what MechJeb was saying, won't we? Probably. Of course, the numbers are right there over the sun, which makes them very hard to read. Down to 48,000 kilometers. 46. $43. Yeah, we haven't done this in a while. It's a tedious process, but very, very worthwhile. Get this as close and efficient as possible. Okay, 40,000 kilometers. That's much better. Pushing it a little bit further. Yeah, it looks like it wants a little bit of radial in and anti-normal right now. Down to 20,000 kilometers, that's good. Oh, there we go. And that is an encounter. All right, for 400 meters per second less than MechJeb wanted to do. That's coming up in 2.5 hours. Let's have MechJeb perform the maneuver, though. And we will still have very nearly 5 kilometers per second of delta V remaining. Should be enough for our orbital insertion. And then our landing as well. All right, we're time warping to the maneuver. And this is a 1 minute and 43 second burn. Ignition. All right, we're in double time here. Halfway through the burn, and everything is looking good. Our projected separation at approach is dropping as expected. And yeah, I don't mind approaching at an angle and having an inclined orbit because that just gives us more coverage for choosing our landing site. Okay, it stopped calculating that. Interesting. But what have we got now? We have an encounter, and that is coming up in 149 days, it looks like. Let's focus our view on MOHO itself. Yeah, we'll be reaching our periapsis in 149 days. And we'll have a very short time in which to slow down. So... all right, let's set an alarm for this. No, not that. What we want to do is choose SOI change, and this will give us an exact number, 149 days and 2 hours and 48 minutes. So let's do a manual alarm for 149 days from now. Raider redeemed a random cat and got a 3-fer. Nice, first 3-fer of the stream. GG. Hello Arya, hello Shadow, hello Crookshanks. Very nice. Okay, 149 days. Manual alarm. There it is. 149 and 0 minutes. And link to vessel. So, and we're going to rename this to Mole 2. Moho Landing Expedition 2 Moho Encounter. Add the alarm. There we go. And back to this view, and let's rename the thing. Open. So I think this is where we've got our command module. Yeah, it's right in there, behind the batteries. There we go, right-clicked on it. All right, rename vessel. Mole 2. And it's a lander. Accept. There we go. You wanted to read the booznate, but 10-minute cooldown. Yeah, Satan beat you to it. All right, very good. That will get to... in fact, do we still have Mole 1, or did that one fail? Yeah, I don't see that one, so I think maybe we lost contact with that or something. Hopefully we don't lose contact with this one. But yeah, 148 days we'll be reaching Moho with this. So let's now go back to Minmus Zoom in. Focus view. And let's look again at our Mosquito 3 lander. There it is. And see how it's doing. It might be full of ore by now, in which case we can take it back up to deliver that ore to its destination. All right, let's look at our resources, and it's very nearly full of ore. This has been very good timing, so let's time warp a little bit, let it keep drilling. All right, meanwhile, we've got our landing guidance and ascent guidance windows up because we're going to be using those. MechJeb is going to be piloting this ship. 1,000 times speed. Drilling isn't exactly fast. But drilling for our own fuel sure does save a lot of money. All right, it is full. And of course it's nighttime. All right, let's stop the drills and retract them. There it goes. And yeah, okay, good. Our orbit altitude target is now back down to 56 kilometers. So what we need to do now is engage the autopilot, and I think it'll just take off. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Retracting the landing gear. Yeah, and we have plenty of monopropellant. We don't have to be so conservative with it anymore. We got that weirdly broken engine plume here that we keep getting on Minmus. All right, we are coasting to our circularization burn. Pointing in the direction of our circularization burn here. There we go. And we'll have auto time warp for 13.5 minutes of in-game time. There we go. And there's the sun. Now we can see. There we go. There's our beautiful lander. All right, coming up on our maneuver. Ignition. And shut down, and we have a circular orbit. All right, let's see. How close are we to our target? There it is right there. So what we want to do is see how well this does. A bi-impulsive transfer to target. Not bad, just a tiny, oh, although it wants to wait 9 days for that. No, we don't want to do that. So let's cancel that. And let's go ahead and pin this. There we go. And we'll just, we'll point prograde. And actually the ship is behind us. We want to point retrograde. What does it do though if we do fine tune closest approach? Will it give us a better option? No, it wants to do millions of meters per second of delta V for that. Yeah, we don't want to do that. No way. But yeah, since it's behind us and we have enough altitude, we can probably slow down for this. In fact, let's add a maneuver and let's see how well that works. No, we don't have room for that. So we're going to burn prograde after all. And we will let... Actually, no. That's correct. I had it backwards. We want it to catch up to us, so we do want to have a bigger orbit, not a smaller one. If we were catching up to it, we would want the lower orbit, but no, we want this to catch up to us, so we want the higher orbit, the bigger orbit. Okay, but we're going to point prograde, and we're going to warp to the point where we will have our intersection. And we'll get just past it, and then we'll burn prograde. There we go. We just need to bring these markers into alignment. We'll use the maneuvering thrusters to fine-tune this. And I don't want this to be in that mode. There we go. And there we go. We'll have a 700-meter separation at approach. So now what we do want to do with this is match velocities with target at closest approach, create the node, just 9.5 meters per second burn, execute next node. And let's do this in this scene, not in the map view. So it's much more interesting here to watch us slow down relative to the station, or to our target. And there's our target right there. We'll reach it in 8.5 minutes. All right, and we are beginning our braking burn now. And we have matched orbits. Very good. All right, so let's stabilize. Let's control from here and activate the camera as well. And which way do we need to point from here to point towards our target? Of course, I pointed the wrong way. That's all right. We'll just swing all the way around. And like we've done a million times, we're going to dock. There's our target. Yeah, we're just using the maneuvering thrusters here. We've got plenty of fuel for that, plenty of monopropellant available. All right, and time warp. We're going to come within 32 meters of this target. All right, let's adjust our course so that we can get on the right side of this thing. There we go, and here is the docking port we want. There we go, that's now our actual official target. close this, get it out of the way of the HUD for our docking port camera. And let's slow down a bit. There it is right there. We're almost in perfect alignment here already. Due to my expert piloting skills. All right, straight in now. Almost straight in. All right, alignment is looking good. On final approach, bringing another 3,000 units of ore. I'm not sure what the unit is. Maybe it's 3 tons. I don't know. Oh, all right, we've made contact. Don't have a lock yet. There we go. There is our lock. Perfect. So now what we can do is bump the desk with my knee, if that works. Also, let's bring up the fuel balancer mod. And ore. And this one's easy. The ones with the ore are the ones we want to empty. The ones without ore are the ones that we want to fill. And it looks like there's a little bit of residue in there. Let's just transfer out. And let's look at our refinery. Okay, yeah, we are working on liquid fuel and oxygen, so that's good. Inactive. Operational. Oh, okay, okay. Liquid fuel oxygen is operational. Okay, good. Core temperature is good. All right, let's time warp a little bit and make sure that this is actually doing this. Okay, good. Yeah, let's let it finish draining these tanks because there was just a little bit left on the on this ship when we docked. Yeah, our delta V should be going up as the ore is converted to actual fuel. Instead of being dead weight, it's reaction mass. Yep, and they're slowly ticking up. Just about empty. %2 remaining of one of the tanks. All right, those tanks are now empty, so we can land this thing again. First, we want to make sure that it is fully fueled, so let's see. Yeah, that can stop pumping out. But liquid fuel, we want to go down to these tanks right here. Yes, these 5 tanks here, and pump in. In. And we we can stop pumping now. And then monopropellant, we want these, what are they called? The FLR 120s. And they are going to be these four, I think. Yes, okay. It's like I've done this a few times. Okay, perfect. We are fully fueled. So now let's undock. And push off. Cool. So now what we want to do is pick a landing target on the map. We want to have our map on screen though, so we can pick a target that has ores. So draw the overlay. Let's go back to the map view. And I've been landing here on the Greater Flats. It's a really easy spot to land, and it's got a decent amount of ores. So let's zoom in and pick as close to the equator as possible. There we go. Pick target on map. There we go. That is pretty much dead on the equator. And let's land there. Land at, let's get out of the map view and land at target. Okay, good. It is. I was going to say, why isn't it using the monopropellant, the maneuvering thrusters? But no, it is. All right, we're getting ready for our deorbit burn. Ignition. And that's all I needed. For the deorbit burn. So now we are getting ready for our course correction. And yeah, it was actually still using the engine there for that. All right, now we're coasting to deceleration is what the computer is telling us. So it's going to point backwards, and why does it do this? It keeps deactivating the maneuvering thrusters. I'm not sure why it does that. I've only encountered that with this particular vessel, but it's consistent, and it's always on landing. All right, we're doing our auto time warp. We can go over these mountains and land right about, I think that might even be our landing target. I'm not sure if it renders it on this map or not, or on this view. So this is predicting that we will land within 30 meters of our target, which is pretty good. Screenshot because I can't help myself. Okay, no, that is not our landing target. Our landing target is right about there. All right, we're getting ready for our deceleration burn. We have ignition. Yeah, I did, I think, 3 of these between streams while watching other streams and YouTube videos, and also working on my Vault Hunter's base. You know, compulsive multitasker here. Yeah, our landing gear are deployed, and we are on our final landing burn. Yep, it turned off the RCS thrusters again, so yeah, we're actually going to have another final landing burn. And Shipwreck says, first. Oh, but you weren't first. That was Raider. Oh, you sent me a DM. A digital money? You sent me a digital money? Did you though? Because I don't see it one. Although it looks like Discord is frozen on my computer. Why is Discord frozen? That's weird. Discord's never frozen. Close Discord. Open Discord. Discord's not doing anything. How strange. Well, I'd rather you send me a DM than a BM though. So just don't send me a BM. I mean, again, don't send me one again. I guess, funny you say that, because I guess the content of your DM, it was about a BM. Wow. That's amazing. For the record, the message that Shipwreck sent me, let me read it verbatim. It says, I have to poop. All right, here we are on the surface of Minmus. Let's deploy our landing, well, our drills, not our landing gear. We already did that. Shipwreck redeemed a random cat and got Shadow. Hi, Shadow. And Shipwreck redeemed Boozinate. All right, Shipwreck, here we go. Let's turn on the booze cam and let's Boozinate. This one's for you, Shipwreck. Thank you, Shipwreck. How have you been today, Shipwreck? All right, let's activate the drills now. And there we go. We are drilling for ore once again. So let's see. We have 11 days until our next launch opportunity. 60 days until we reach Duna with our Duna probe. So let's just continue this. And this is how we will spend the time until we get to there. So yeah, let's crank up the time warp then. And yeah, there's the next alarm is up here. So yeah, we have 11 days. It won't take that long to fill this up. Half full. Just about there, just topping it off now. And there it is. It is full and we still have 7 days. So it took about 4 days, Kerbal days, to fill up the tanks. So let's stop the drills. And once again, of course, it's night. And retract the drills. And there they go. And here we go. Let's launch to a 56-kilometer orbit in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Landing gear retracted. Got a nice view of Kerbal out there in the distance. Oh, I heard a broken tool. Oh no. Shipwreck, I'll have you note the title of my stream, and as a good moderator, I expect you to honor that. There are no derps in space. We don't derp here. The handle for the escape pod broke. Oh no, the crew members that are not aboard this will not be able to escape the ship they're not on. Oh no, what do you mean a derp? I think it's fine though. That'll be fine. Alright, we're coasting to circularization. I don't know why I would deserve a dirt, but okay. Moderators say so. Alright, and there's the sun. We can see our ship. Hooray! Let's make sure our target is properly selected, because you felt like it. Well, what if I didn't felt like it? Alright, we're circularizing. Uh-oh. Shipwreck was accidentally bought sugar-free ginger ale today. Ugh. Yeah, pour that right down the sink. So Shipwreck, I thought about, speaking of things like that, I thought about for April Fools doing the Boozenates as Bud Light or something, but I just couldn't. I couldn't make myself do it. No. Alright, let's warp to here, and once again we're going to be increasing our orbit, letting the ship catch up to us. And I'm curious to see if there is... how quickly it's processing that fuel, if there's still more fuel on there. Because I know we don't have a... I'm pretty sure we don't have an engineer aboard. Yeah, we don't have an engineer aboard, so... we shouldn't be at full efficiency, but that's alright. Okay. As soon as we pass this... there we go. We want to... pin that and pin that. There we go. And now we can bring them into alignment. There it is. And let's use the maneuvering thrusters to fine-tune this. Alright, once again, we got a approach of 700 meters. So, MechJeb, you're up again. Maneuver planner. Match velocities at closest approach. And execute next node. We've only got 7.4 meters per second to shed. That'll be no problem at all. Let's go into this view so we can admire our beautiful drilling lander as it performs this maneuver. So Shipwreck, there's another odd thing about the network issues I've been having is I don't think they happen during my Kerbal streams. They tend to happen during Minecraft streams. So I don't know if there is a good reason for that or not. So I mean, I'm not using the network to play Kerbal Space Program. I do use the network to play Minecraft, of course, to connect to servers. I don't know if that's a different... causes different issues with the network traffic or not. It's very strange. Alright, there's our target, 4 kilometers away. Getting into position for our braking burn. Also, I had it confirmed by my wife, Shipwreck, that Etho sounds like me. I was watching Etho's perspective of the latest session of Limited Life, and I was watching it with my daughter, and she walked into the room, and she said she had to stop for a minute. She's like, "What are you watching?" And I told her, I said, "Oh, okay, I had to stop for a minute and make sure you weren't listening to one of your VODs." So, there we go. So she didn't realize that that's where I got "Oh Snappers" from, is because people said I sounded like Etho, so I started saying "Oh Snappers." So I found a compilation of him saying "Oh Snappers," and I played it for her. She's like, "Yep, there it is." Alright, control from here, and activate the camera. Nope, activate the camera, I said. There we go. And let's dock. We don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need that. And there's our target. and it has been very nice not having to worry about our monopropellant for our maneuvering thrusters. Since we went a little overkill on the capacity here. No kill like overkill is what I like to say. I think we need to be on the lower left from this perspective. There we go. Was it you, Shipwreck, that was watching one of my VODs or one of my streams, and Supreme Doom asked if you were watching Etho? Is that... or was it the other way around? I can't remember. Alright, let's slow back down. Alright, and this docking port right here is the one we want. Alright, we're just about in alignment. Here we go. Quick Scythe, welcome. With dropping in to hit us with a lurk, and it's a drive-by lurk because it says lurk driving on a road trip. No worries, Quick Scythe. Welcome in, and hope you drive safe and have a good road trip. I'll be having a road trip on Monday. We're going down. I'm taking the next week off from streaming. We're going to spend my wife's spring break visiting her family in California. Which means we get to take the kiddos to the San Diego Zoo. That's going to be fun. And Shipwreck redeemed a random cat and got Kirkshanks and Shadow. So Shipwreck, does it count as a derp if I take a week off? Is that a derp or not? I don't even know anymore. Stream the zoo? I'll take pictures at least. Maybe I'll even share them on Twitter or something. There we go. We are docked. All right, let's take a look at our yeah, and the fuel has been, or the ore has been processed to fuel as we've gone. Yeah, it looks like when we get back, there's about 100 units of ore left in the holding tank. So it's not bad. Every missed stream will be a derp. Are you gonna remember to do it, or do you need to maybe pre-derp me ahead of time? I don't know. I think you might forget. Let's transfer out. Every missed stream will be a derp. Psh, it's not on my schedule, then it's not a missed stream, is it? I'll just take them off my schedule. Okay, and yep, we still got just a little bit there. So let's time we're a little Frog and Doritos. Oh. Tell you what, Shipwreck. For fair play, when we have our Gigafrog and Gigabison facing off, I will set up some modular routers for you to automatically feed your Gigabison. Because my modular router for feeding Gigafrog has been working very nicely. It grows at something like 12,000 frogs per day, I think, if it's loaded and has food. It's something like that. It's pretty good. Because every 3.5 minutes it grows by 32 frogs and consumes a stack of fish. Alright, we're continuing to drain these tanks as space is created in the holding tanks. as the refinery does its work. There we go. Perfect. So now we can stop pumping out. Let's refuel this thing again. We need to go down here. It's these 5 tanks. Pump in. That's liquid fuel and oxidizer. Pump in. And we are 6 days and 2 hours away from our next launch opportunity that we can do. And I think our next launch opportunity, we're going to launch a return pod for Uranus Kerman and do some rescues of viewers. Let's see, monopropellant, we need to go, it's these ones, right? Yes, these ones here. Pump in. And yeah, we still have 4,000 units of monopropellant remaining on this, so we're good for a while. All right, we can close this. Undock. And what the heck? That's not good. We lost our radiators. I mean, that looks awesome, I'll admit. But how did that happen? Okay, so these radiators are fine. Oh, that's how it happened. I undocked the wrong thing. Oh, that's a derp. I undocked the wrong docking port and caused some serious issues. So let's fix this. That's exciting. Is that all I broke? I broke those solar panels as well. Okay, that's a lot of debris. Wow. Okay, so that's terrible. Everything is terrible. Let's stabilize this thing. There's a piece stuck on there. Look at that. Oh, brutal. Okay, repair from EVA. So these can be repaired. That's the thermal control system. Okay. All right. So not all is lost. We can bring an engineer over here and fix this. All right, let's control from here. Set that as our target. Activate the camera. And let's bring this thing back. This is our refinery. We kind of need this to be there. Oh, that's it's a disaster. Not great, Dan. Not great. You've done better than that. Good thing Shipwreck's not paying attention, because that's definitely a derp. And yeah, now we've got something unwieldy that is difficult to maneuver. We've got to take it back over there. And there we go. Oof. Very bad. Very, very bad. I mean, spectacular for sure. So there's that at least. All right, we're on approach again. That's good. All right. Yeah, and we've got the heavy ore tank here, plus the empty ore tanks. So, and the whole refinery. So, yeah, this is some heavy and expensive equipment that we're having to, with small thrusters, bring back to this thing. I wonder if I can double time this? That's a terrible idea. Let's not double time this. We're going to miss calculations on the physics engine if we do that, and that'll cause even more issues. So nope, no thank you. Alright, I'm just adjusting our course so we can get as close to our docking port as possible. And oh boy, is that using our monopropellant. Good thing we've got ore to process into more monopropellant on top of having a lot of it to begin with, so... Oh, that sucks. Alright, we're going to choose this docking port here. All because I selected the wrong docking port to undock. And then suddenly the the thermal control systems were clipped into the solar panels. Yeah, let's put this back, and then let's see if the if one of the guys that we need to rescue is an engineer, and if so, we're gonna bring them here. Although we know we have an engineer aboard the nearby fuel tank, so they might make a little bit of a trip down here. All right, we need to line this up. Here we go. This is a docking procedure I didn't want to be doing, but here we are. All right, let's also get out of here. Let's make sure that when we repair these, they won't be clipping into anything. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good there. We line up like this. Oh, we've used several hundred units of monopropellant to do this. Yeah, and this thing isn't exactly balanced like this. This is not how this was designed to maneuver. But here we are. All right, just lining this up, and we're on our final approach. Ah! Yeah, oh, this is so hard to fly. We're using our lander as a space tug. Unexpectedly. Due to derpage. There we go. Remember how I said in space there are no derps? Well, there are no derps in space, dang it. Okay. Yeah, these are broken as well, so we definitely need to bring a an engineer to fix these. So, let's once again bring up our fuel balancer, and let's refuel again, since we just, okay, we're good there, actually. Yeah, we're good. Oxidizer is good. Monopropellant, though, we used a quarter of those tanks. All right, and no longer pumping in. Okay, let's do the proper docking port this time. Not this one. I don't know why I clicked on this one. We want this one. Undock. Oh, that's brutal. And this thing definitely does not have the power generation capability to process that ore efficiently anymore, so hooray. All right, let's pick a landing target again. Same landing target. Right there. And land at target. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was the worst. That sucked. Whew. And Satan redeemed a booznate. Okay, after that, I definitely need a booznate and a hydrate and a random cat. There's Crookshanks right there on the screen. Hi, Crookshanks. All right, booznate time. And a hydrate time as well. Thank you, Satan. Much appreciated. All right, and MechJeb is gonna land us on the flats. And then it's time for some rescues, which we haven't done those in a while. All right, we're turning around to point in the right direction here. And coasting towards our deceleration burn. Actually, no, it can't do it because once again, it turned off the stinking RCS. Why? Why do you keep doing this, MechJeb? You're not supposed to do that. You totally have access and authority to use the RCS controls. The box is checked. I've even tried unchecking and rechecking that box. Nothing. Very strange. It only happens on this particular maneuver, and it happens every time. And that won't be the only time it happens. It'll probably happen again as we get down to the bottom. In fact, a couple times it's as I've given it turned the RCS back on, it's done a little flip on its landing. So we'll see if it does that again. The flip hasn't caused any issues. It's just been funny. Style points, I guess, right? All right, we are time warping down to our deceleration burn. At least we're landing in the daytime. It's because Pete Venkman isn't here, so we're all of our landings are daytime. And there it goes, turning off the RCS. Why? I don't know why. But deceleration burn is begun. Landing legs are deployed. Deceleration burn complete. And now we are on final descent. And well, look, it's doing a flip. There you go. Oh, it didn't do the full flip. It decided, nah, I don't need a flip. Oh, MechJeb. Who's been boozinating? Is it me or MechJeb? Maybe both. All right, here we are. 200 meters. And we have our landing burn. Very gently now. And touchdown. Beautiful. All right, let's extend the drills and begin drilling. So we still have 6 days before we can do our next launch. So what we're going to do is go ahead and fill these ore tanks. Take this back. We're going to use these radiators and these solar panels to help with the power and cooling of the refinery, while we bring an engineer over to fix the radiators and solar panels that we had up there to begin with. So let's see, there were, I think, 8 solar panels, maybe 6, but we're going to assume 8, and 4 of the very large thermal control systems. So we're going to need to take at least 12 repair kits with us. And hope that there are no Kraken attacks. If the Kraken prevents us from doing the proper EVA repairs, then we'll use the cheat menu to do it, and then we will spend the repair kits, because this is valid. All right, we're drilling. And the ore tank is full, and interesting that we always finish at night. All right, stop the drills. Retract the drills. We do not have, we don't have probe control because we do not have a signal to relay. So let's time warp until we do. We're in a communication shadow here. Okay, yeah, we're 1 day away from our next launch opportunity in 2 hours. So yeah, we're fine. We're doing well. Okay, yeah, we have control again. So let's stop the drills and retract them. Let's choose our target again and bring up the ascent guidance. All right, and we will take off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Landing gear retracted. Let's bring up the maneuver planner as well. There we go, our apoapsis looks good. We're coasting to circularization burn. And I don't think I've ever had an issue with this particular mode, or this flight computer, turning off the RCS thrusters for no reason. It's just the landing computer, and just this craft landing on Minmus. Alright, time warp. And there's the sun. And we have circularization. Orbit looks good. All right, let's look at the map. And as before, we are in front of this thing, so what we're going to want to do is time warp to here and then burn prograde. Same as before. And it makes sense that we're always about the same because it takes the same amount of time each time to drill for ores, so... All right, let's bring these into alignment. Just like that, and... Yep, as before, 700 meters is the close approach. So let's create our match velocities maneuver node. That's coming up in 2 hours, and execute next node. So yeah, the timing for this is actually going to work very well. Let's close that and close that. Yes, we have 4 Kerbals that we need to rescue, and 1 that we have rescued, and we need to return to the surface of Kerbin to actually complete the contract. And then Kaylee can stop asking, have you rescued Uranus yet? And I can stop saying, yes. Although she won't stop asking, have you rescued Uranus yet? Because she wants me to say it wrong. Alright, let's get out of map view for this. Time warp. And there's our target, 4 kilometers away. We'll arrive there in 8.5 minutes. We're doing a fine-tuning of our attitude, and then there will be a little bit more time warp, I think. Yep, there it is. The usual lag spike while it loads the target into the physics engine. And here we are with our braking burn. All right, and there it is. We have matched orbits with our target. Okay, it's over here, I believe. This way. There it is. And we need to be pointing on this end of it. All right, now we need to line up for our docking approach. It looks so wrong without the big radiators and the solar panels. RIP. That's the first major mishap we've had with the with this ship. All right, let's select the proper docking port. There we go. mean, the thing looks a lot cleaner, but it's incomplete now. I mean, more incomplete than it was. All right, coming in for our final approach. Yeah, this is so much easier to fly when it's as designed and not carrying a payload that we weren't meant to be carrying. Here we are, 1.5 meters away. And contact. And lock. Okay. So how's this been doing? Ores. Oh yeah, instead of doing 95% of the ores, it was only able to do 15% while we were working on that. So we're gonna go ahead and pump out anyway, which is having struggles with because of electric charge issues. But now we have a whole lot more electric charge available, and more cooling, more power generation available. So that is good. Let's go to the Space Center and let's prepare a launch to go rescue some Kerbals and return them to the surface of Kerbin. And I believe one of them at least is in orbit of Minmus, so that will be convenient for doing our repairs. I hear the birds. There we go. There's the Space Center. All right, so let's go ahead and... Oh, that's not what I want. Resume. This is what I want. Let's warp to the next launch opportunity alarm. There we go, delete and close, and let's make a new one. So next launch opportunity, and that is in 15 days. And here we go, into the vehicle assembly building. Let's take a look at our crew return vehicle and send one up to the station. Well, send one on a rescue mission, rather. Alright, so, because we can use the PORC, the Personnel Orbital Rescue Craft, to go do this rescue, but I'm nervous about having that nearby when we go on EVA. I'm nervous enough about just having our big propulsion module loaded when we're on EVA, because the physics get weird. So let's look at crew transport. Here it is right here. Lots of Delta V, so I think we'll be all right with just this. So, and we do have, yep, we do have a probe core on there. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, we don't need to take an engineer there yet. We're doing fine on the on our efficiency for refueling and refining fuel. So let's go crew. These three want to be hitchhikers. We don't want any of them. We want this thing to be empty and go rescue 3 people. So yeah, let's roll it out to the launch pad, uncrewed. Loading, loading, loading. Okay. Loading, loading, loading. There we go. We don't need the fuel balancer up. We don't need Flight Manager for recoverable stages up either. This is an expendable launch. Oh yeah, we've got our cool launch tower here too. We don't need landing info. We do want the ascent guidance though. And let's look here. So yeah, we want to save Befri, Krazos Kerman, and his craft. They are in orbit of the moon. Okay, yeah, so there's someone in orbit of the moon. Okay. Buckaroo Kerman is in orbit of Kerbin, and Giga Kerman is in orbit of Minmus. And Kermillionaire Kerbin is also in orbit of Kerbin. So let's go to Minmus first. Oh, okay, we have an issue. I didn't bring any repair kits. All right, let's do the rescues and then let's send a repair. We'll do those. That'll be fine. So what we want to do, yeah, we're going to Minmus. Actually, no, let's just rescue the two that are in orbit of Kerbin, and then we will send a different mission to Minmus, and that will have we'll take an engineer aboard too, and that will have our repair kits. So yeah, let's do a 100-kilometer orbit. Yeah, let's do a 150-kilometer orbit. No, 100 is good. I'm second guessing everything, but I think we're all right. So yeah, let's go ahead and engage the autopilot, and let's launch in. Let's close that in 5, 4. Wait, I want to watch it from here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. This is the Arcus II medium launch vehicle carrying a crew transporter for a rescue mission. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Everything's looking nominal. Vehicle is supersonic. And we have maximum aerodynamic pressure as well. Next up will be main engine cutoff, or MECO. Yeah, Kermillionaire and Kerman and Buckaroo Kerman. Those are our targets for this rescue. And then we'll dock with the space station and we will pick up Uranus Kerbin. There's MECO, stage separation, and second engine start. And we'll bring them all home together for money and profit. Bearing separation confirmed. There they go. All right, time to apoapsis is rising again. Orbit is going to be good. Or that's a good indication that we will reach a good orbit. We've got plenty of delta V remaining as well. Apoapsis is now outside of Kerbin's atmosphere. All right, we've reached our target apoapsis of 100 kilometers. Now we're going to coast to circularization. Now, current status noted by MechJeb is coasting to edge of atmosphere. Nice view from here, though. And here we are, we have reached space. All right, lining up for our circularization burn, which is coming up in about 5.5 minutes. And we're doing it on the night side of Kerbin. Ignition. We have orbit. And we have circularization. Very good. All right, so let's take a look at the map then and choose our target. So we want to unfilter ships. Okay, there's Supreme Oddities wreckage. That's not what we're after. We want... What kind of orbit are they in, anyway? Okay, there's Buckaroo right there. A very high orbit, wow. And there is Kermillionaire. Okay, let's go for Kermillionaire first. Set as target. We have a 7-degree inclination. That's not too bad. If we use MechJeb here, let's do Maneuver Planner. And Bi-Impulsive Transfer to Target. Create node. That is not bad. We can do that. That's coming up in 1 hour. So let's execute next node. Looks like we have something that's on a suborbital trajectory. It's probably a piece of space junk that I was deorbiting before. Probably one that Kefri Bezos deorbited, but it's still still there, it looks like. All right, we're time warping. Or is that a prediction of our orbit? Okay, hold on. Abort node execution and come out of time warp. Yeah, we don't want that because that was actually going to change our orbit. Okay, so let's do after a fixed time at the next periapsis, actually. No, we're past that. Okay, after a fixed time. And we want this in 90 seconds. Create node. Oh, wait. Wrong field. 90 seconds. There we go. Create node. All right. This, I think, will actually work. Let's do it. Oh, MechJeb, you wanted us to skim the atmosphere. That was a bad plan. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. All right, we have ignition. Yeah, we've got so many orbits now that Kerbal Space Program is struggling more in the map view than in regular flight view, which is unusual. Okay, and we're gonna have to do a correction here. That's why it wanted to do it here, was because that was at the descending node. But yeah, the resulting maneuver would have had us skimming the atmosphere, and that is not ideal. We might have been okay. Oh, we need to stage. There we go. More space junk for Kefri Bezos to clean up. And our burn is complete, so now what we want to do is fine-tune our closest approach. Yes. All right, execute next node. Let's do that one. We have 2.5 kilometers per second of delta V to work with. We should be all right. And this will change our inclination so that we actually meet our target. Kermillionaire Kerman, redeemed by Satan. Satan, you've gotten a lot of Kerbals stuck in deep space, just saying. Alright, ignition. And there's our target, our projected separation at approach dropping as predicted. Throttling down. There we go. We will have a closest approach of 800 meters. Not bad. So now let's do match velocities with target and execute next node. Let's go rescue a Kerbal. There's our target right there, 20 kilometers away. And it's very dark. Apologies for that. Naturally, we're on the night side, so no night landings today, but we are having some night rendezvouses, night takeoffs. Slowing down. There we go. Better than predicted by Kerbal Engineer. 300 meters. Well done, MechJeb. And we still have 1.9 kilometers per second of delta V to play with. So now let's go ahead and go over here and take a look. Okay, so this is not a part that we can reclassify as space junk without going into the save game file, but that's all right. Okay, he's a pilot, so he won't do as our engineer, but that's okay. Let's EVA and let go. Turn on your rocket jetpack and your visor lights, and let's choose this as our target. And let's head over to our rescue. Let's slow down. Slow down. There we go. Here we are. All right, where's the hatch? There it is, right there. But what we want to do is hold on to that, and then let's get some some good light for our selfie, because we need our selfie. Dang it! But yeah, look at that. We're all the way on the night side of Kerbal, which looks cool, but it's not good for good lighting for our selfie. All right, so let's do this. Oh, cannot time warp faster than 1 time while Kerbal's on our ladder. That's okay. We'll board. We'll hop out for EVA when the lighting is good. There's the lighting right there. All right, EVA. Let go. All right, let's come over here where we can actually face the sun a little bit. Not perfect, but this will do. We're underlit. Hilarious. He looks drunk. All right, there we go. Screenshot. Oh, that's an evil grin. Let's do that. Okay, I like it. I like that a lot. Yeah, he looks like a Kermillionaire, actually, and I swear that was not planned. That's just good luck. All right, board. Now, let's choose our next target. Buckaroo Kerman, set as target, and let's do this again. By impulsive transfer to target, create node, 185.8 meter per second to burn, coming up in 1 day. Execute next node, let's do it. A double rescue. All right, coming up on our transfer burn. We're gonna have to change our inclination again. We're 10.5 degrees off. All right. We have confirmed a good transfer orbit. So now let's do this. Let's fine-tune our closest approach. All right, and that one's coming up in 2 hours and 12 minutes. Execute next node. And this will correct our inclination so that we can actually meet up with our target. We're high enough up that maneuvers are a lot cheaper than they are close to the surface, so that's going to help a lot. And then the next step will be to render this with Arcadia Station, which we haven't seen in a while. So that's kind of exciting, for me anyway. Maybe not for you guys, but you know, whatever. There's our inclination dropping. And our projected separation at approach dropping very rapidly. Look at that. We're going to have a separation of 137.5 meters at closest approach. So then the final step for this part of the mission is to match velocities with the target. And let's execute that node. We'll be getting there in 4.5 hours. Hope you brought something to read. There's our target, 50 kilometers away. Ignition. And we have matched orbit. 105 meters away from our target. Very good. Okay, let's switch over to this thing here. And this one we can reclassify, I believe. Yeah, good. Rename vessel, reclassify as Debris. All right, and Buckaroo is another pilot. So, once again, not our engineer, but that's okay. Go on EVA Buckaroo. Let go. Turn on your jetpack, and there's your target right there. And this time we have lighting. All right, so lighting is over there. So let's point this way. And let's get our selfie. This time it's top lit, and it's real creepy. But look at that grin. So happy to be rescued. Okay. Let's find the hatch. There it is. All right, can you grab that? Board. There we go. Welcome aboard, Buckaroo Kerman. So now, back to target selection. Let's choose types, stations. Arcadia Station. We're going back to Arcadia Station. We haven't been there in a while. We're 8 degrees inclined. That's all right. Let's do a bioimpulsive transfer to the target. There we go. Yeah, that is fine. We have 1.3 kilometers per second to play with. All right, let's execute that node. All right. Ignition. And there's our orbit, dropping down to match our target. Looking good. And success. That'll bring us within 700 meters of the station, which is great. So now let's go ahead and match velocities with target, create the node. We'll have 788 meters per second to burn off when we get there. So, all right, execute next node. Let's get home. And that's in 4 hours and 47 minutes. Maybe if we take an engineer over there with the rescue craft, our personnel orbital rescue craft, and just keep it more than 2.5 kilometers away, and send an engineer over on EVA, maybe that would work. I hope. Keep them out of physics simulation distance, so that the Kraken has less chances to attack, or fewer things to attack at least. There's our station, 17 kilometers away. And we are in our braking burn. 10 kilometers. All right, and there's our lag spike as it loads Arcadia Station into the physics simulation. 1 kilometer away. And we're gonna zoom a little bit past it, but we'll be all right. And there it is. We have matched orbits. All right, let's control from here and activate the camera. All right, and we'll use mostly our main engine on this. Let's keep an eye on our fuel. We only have a little bit left. There we go. And let's also activate our maneuvering thrusters. All right, that'll bring us within 90 meters of our station. Willie, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are paying a visit to Arcadia Station, which we haven't been at in a while, but it's because we are doing some rescue missions for viewer-redeemed Kerbals. I'm doing quite well. Having a lot of fun preparing our interplanetary spacecraft, but we had a little bit of an issue. We clicked on the wrong docking port a little while back, and we lost some solar panels and some radiators. So we're going to need to send an engineer there to fix those, and I'm really worried about Kraken attacks doing EVA construction, EVA repairs. Everything's looking good here, though, so that's promising. And yeah, we've got plenty of monopropellant. So we just rescued, on one flight, we rescued Buckaroo Kerman and Kermillionaire Kerman, both redeemed by Satan, a friend of mine and viewer on the channel. And we are also going to pick up Uranus Kerman, whom we rescued quite a while back, but has been chilling on the station. And that was redeemed by Kaylee Obsidia. We have contact. Come on, Locke. There's Locke. And we're going to bring them all home to Kerbin. Yeah, gotta love being able to take parts and repair. I do, except what I don't love is how the physics simulation gets really wonky and gives us all sorts of grief. And the number of times I've exploded spaceships just trying to put one part on them. All right, so now what we need to do is find where Uranus Kerman is sitting. Tizon and Alpin are there. Philip and Issa. Danbear, Derp, and Raider. No one's there. No one's there. No one's there. And here we have Eric. No one is there, so it must be aboard here. There's Bowsy, our pilot. There we go. Munchie, Pee-wee, and Uranus. Well, he says, so my station is finally fixed. Spent a week trying to get a gravity module that spins with robotics. Ooh, that sounds cool. That is not something I have tried yet. I've seen lots of cool ways to do that, but it's not something I've done so far. All right, transfer Uranus to here. Kaylee really wants me to pronounce Uranus differently. And now we're ready for our return trip. Okay, undock. Push off. Luli, how are you doing? Luli redeeming Boozinate. All right, here we go, Luli. This is a Boozinate for you. There we go. Thank you, Luli. I hope you're doing well. Lily says, cheers, Dan. Have a good day. Just coming in to say hello and have fun. No worries. I'm sure you're headed off to bed. It is late for you. All right, let's point retrograde. And let's deorbit. Goodbye, station. Hello, Kerbin. Let's aim for about 32 kilometers. Right there, that is good. Well, it's such a pain, but I figured out the servos and how to counteract the spin of the whole station. Yeah, you gotta do counter rotation and such. Do you have two whole rings doing counter rotation, or do you have a ring rotating one way and some weights counter rotating? All right, let's ditch our service module. There we go. That was making me nervous. Alright, and that'll burn up in Kerbin's atmosphere. Or possibly, you know, impact on the surface. Alright, we are entering Kerbin's atmosphere. We'll do 4 times physics time warp until we start to get re-entry effects, and then we'll slow it back down to real time. And yep, we are committed. There's no going back now. There are re-entry effects, so let's slow it back down. And enjoy the view. Been a while since we've done something like this. Usually our atmospheric entries lately are deliberate attempts to destroy space junk. There's a good camera angle right there. Well, he says, I have one module spinning, but 3 servos. One spins the module, and the other 2 reverse the rest of the rotation. Very cool. Yeah, it's not just the technical, like, how should this work, but making Kerbal's parts actually do the things they're supposed to do is also a big frustration working with the robotics. I'm hoping that eventually when there are robotic parts in Kerbal Space Program 2, because they have said that they want to do it, I hope that they take their time to do them a whole lot better than KSP1 did. Because they're fun, but they're also maddening. Alright, we're up to 1G. And up to 2G. Well, he says, I'm sure there's a better way. I spent longer on my Starship, working legit. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you're on console. That's... So, worst of all, you had to deal with the user interface for constructing the ship. I don't envy you that, but GG. Alright, let's do physics time warp again until we are safe to deploy our chutes. Coming down over the... looks like we're going over the highlands and we're going to come down in the plains. That's good. Alright, at 2 kilometers, we're going to deploy the chutes. Chutes are deployed. Satan redeemed a random cat and got Crookshanks. Hello, Crookshanks. You're our good luck for this landing. There we go. That's always a jolt. Look at these guys. Satan, look at this. It's Kermillionaire and Buckaroo. And Kermillionaire looks like a Kermillionaire. Look at him. So great. Well, he says, the user interface I've got down. It's actually quite quick once you learn all the controller shortcuts, but it took me years. I believe that. It would definitely take some practice. All right, coming down for our final descent. Nice level surface for landing. Oh, we're coming right down through a tree. Ah. There we go. Oh, I love it. All right, and recover vessel. And that is 3 rescue contracts completed at once. We've got Uranus Kerman, Buckaroo Kerman, and Kermillionaire Kerman. Which means I can go into the rewards request crew, Quayway, and complete Kermillionaire and Buckaroo. Already completed the Uranus one because I consider them complete when we bring them to the station. I took them out of the list. But there we go. Hooray! Beautiful. And look at this. We have 300,000 more Spaceos than when we started today, so we're doing well. Contract parameter complete. Kermillionaire, Buckaroo, and Uranus Kerman are all part of the crew and recovered safely on the surface of Kerbin. We still have Giga Kerman, and we still have Befri Krazos, which was a Twiglet redeem. And let's see, that's around the moon. Let's do Giga Kerman from orbit of Minimus. I don't know if Giga Kerman is an engineer or not, but we definitely need an engineer. Willie says, have you done an Eve surface rescue? No. In fact, I've never returned from the surface of Eve, but we're planning to do that. I do have an active contract for it. Explore Eve, make ground contact on Eve, and return to Kerbin. And I do have a design in mind, and it's going to be one of the missions for our big interplanetary spacecraft. But I've landed on Eve before, way back in the early days, maybe 8 years ago or so, and I didn't have ladders on my ship, so not only is Jebediah Kerbin stuck on the surface of Eve, he can't even get back into his spaceship. So, whoops. Yeah, but no, I spent a whole bunch of time designing one, and it should work as long as I can land it properly. It's not a rescue contract, but it is this land and return, and it should be doable. I've done it in sandbox mode a few times successfully, so fingers are crossed that it works in the career mode because it's going to be expensive. But yeah, let's close that, and we are 11 days away from our next launch opportunity. So, all right, epilepsy warning, phosphorescent viewers warned, warp to next. Move the clock forward. Well, he says, it's my next mission, trying to figure out how to incorporate robotics. Nice. Robotics are always fun. Also always aggravating, as mentioned. But if you can do robotics for sure. Okay, that will be time that we've allowed our Kerbals to refit the pad and build the next rocket and roll it out, which we're going to look at right now. Create alarm. Let's make a new one. Next, oops, caps lock. Next launch opportunity. And we want that in 15 days. Add the alarm. There we go. So yeah, let's go to our vehicle assembly building, and we want to make sure we take the repair kits, because this is a twofold mission. We're doing a rescue around Minmus, and we are repairing the broken solar panels and thermal control systems on our interplanetary spacecraft, because, whoops. I mean, nothing happened. So what we need... How much cargo space do we have here? Just 3, but that might be enough. Let's pin that. And let's see, utility, cargo. Boom, boom, boom. Which one is it? Where is it? EVA experiments. Parachute. Where's the repair kit? I probably looked right at it. Yep, there it is, right there. EVA repair kit. And I think we can, yeah, we can stack these up to 4, so this will be perfect. They do have mass, but it's not much, so we're not going to lose much delta V this way. And we'll have some to spare. There we go. We have 12 repair kits. That'll be quite good. And here's the crew. We want an engineer. So let's take one of our viewer engineers. Silvery Sky. Let's send Silvery Sky. That's a viewer. And I think it was actually Shipwreck who redeemed that of our viewer Silvery Sky. I think that's the case. Might have been Silvery Sky themselves, but... All right, so we are ready to go. Let's roll this out to the launch pad, and let's fix our derp. Hey, at least it made for a cool shot and a great screenshot. I'll definitely put that on the tweeter. All right, we're waiting for it to load. Windows thinks that it's not responding, but I think it is, so we're gonna wait. Though we did have that crash right off the bat at the beginning of the stream. All right, yep, things are okay. We don't need landing info. This is not a recoverable craft, and so we also don't need FMRS. And let's see, let's just go to, let's do ascent guidance. And we're going to go for a 250 kilometer orbit this time. There we go. And we don't need to wait for a particular launch window. We're good to go. So let's go to this cool camera view right here. Actually, we don't have one on the pad. We just have this one on the tower. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to lift off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. The Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle carrying Silvery Sky Kerman on a repair mission to the Interplanetary Propulsion Module. Vehicle is pitching downrange. This is what separates the console and PC, the mods? Yeah. That is true. And the vehicle is supersonic. Yeah, I do love playing with the mods, especially the camera mods, and making this look like a real launch broadcast. Lots of fun, and that is maximum aerodynamic pressure right there. I have been playing KSP2, Willie. I played it the Sunday after it came out. I streamed it, and we did have some bugs. We didn't have any of the really fun ones, like flying the Space Center up into space. I haven't played it since the new patch, but I was very pleased with my experience. There's stage separation and second engine start, but yeah, it definitely is early access, and I'm very optimistic about its future. But yeah, I'm probably going to wait for the next patch and then do another stream of it, because yeah, I had a lot of fun, especially with the music. The sound design is incredible, and I love the procedural parts and the just the whole look of it, the fact that you can paint it. Oh, you've been trying to get on the console testing team? Nice. I don't know the details of that. Good luck. Fairing separation confirmed. There goes the fairing right there. But yeah, there were definitely some interesting bugs, but my impression reading between the lines is that the dev team was working on all the systems simultaneously and had a lot of cool stuff and were content to wait a bit longer, maybe another year before release, but the studio was like, hey, look, we're not going to give you any more funding unless you release, so they had to do it. Um, And so it looks to me like they hastily stripped out a lot of the features that were very far from ready for the public. And that has resulted in a lot of the weirder bugs. But yeah, I very much have been enjoying that game. Everything is looking nominal. Yeah, exactly. And I think that the difference has been one of expectation, because the marketing team for KSP2 has been marketing very cool trailers with all the features that are coming down the road. And basically, I think the issue is the difference between what we got and what was in the launch trailer, the early access launch trailer, because that was a trailer for the finished game that we'll get in a few years. But we didn't get that game. We got the early access one, which is what honestly I was expecting and was ready for. So, and I think that was part of the issue right there. And also, we've been with this game for so long that a lot of people were unrealistically expecting that with the bigger funding and a bigger team, we would right off the bat simply get a perfect polished game. And no. And I'm okay with that, as long as the indications are that we will get there eventually, and I think the indications are there. So yeah, I feel very good about the path that it's going to take. I might be wrong, but I hope not, and I don't feel any regret spending my $50. All right. Time warp, there's sunset. And sunrise. Yeah, reportedly the patch they've already released already did a whole lot to improve the performance of the game. So I'm optimistic there. And the game performed better than I expected on my, I'm using a 1080 Ti graphics card, a 12700K processor, and it performed all right. Yeah, the studio drama was a big deal, as well as the coronavirus, because they had to. They're all set up for it now, but they had to completely change the way that they were meeting, and it was very disruptive. All right, here we are in orbit. Let's set Minimus as our target, and let's see what MechJeb tells us for getting there. We don't need descent guidance anymore. Let's do a bi-impulsive transfer to our target. Create node. That's in 34 minutes. Not bad at all. Okay. All right, execute next node. And we're gonna have to stage in the middle of this, but that's all right. I'm hoping, and by the time that way down the road we have multiplayer support in it, I'm hoping to get together with some of my buddies that play it and maybe stream it together. That could be fun. Now, my brother, Pete Venkman, who is not here today, he bought himself an entire new computer just so he could play it, because his old Mac laptop was not going to cut it. And I don't think it's released for Mac anyway yet. But yeah, he bought himself his first desktop gaming PC. Yep, Pete Venkman. He's a big Ghostbusters fan, so his Twitch name, his everywhere online name is Pete Venkman. That's your Discord name. Ah, nice. Very cool. All right, stage separation and upper engine start. Yeah, just checking the viewer list, and he's not even lurking today. He's probably quite busy with his family. That's usually the case, or often the case, rather. All right, everything is looking normal. Of course, we're on the night side. $250 meters per second to go. $100 meters per second to go. That looks like an encounter with the moon. Okay. We're gonna burn past that though. It'll be fine. Or I hope we burn past that. Looks like we're burning past an encounter with Minimus too, but that's okay. We'll get there. So let's. That's the burn complete. Let's fine tune our closest approach. Approximate final periapsis of 200 kilometers. I like that. Nope. That is thinking of the moon. So let's time warp past the moon, and then let's have MechJeb take care of that. This is just a tiny encounter with the moon. It's not gonna affect our orbit very much. There we go. All right, where does this want to burn? Like right now. Okay, that's fine. All right, so create node, execute node. It's just a very small adjustment. 11.5 meters per second. Yeah, that tiny burn did all of that. Very good. Let's see, what is our... All right, let's just time warp to here then. That's 4 days away. It's an Oumuamua encounter. Nice. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, hopefully, it looks like we might end up retrograde, which is not ideal. But that's okay, we can do our maneuvers around Minimus pretty cheap. So let's go ahead and keep time warping. And yeah, we're relaying through ComSat around Minimus. So that will get stronger as we go. Yep. Did I read? They figured out why Oumuamua sped up when leaving our system. I don't think I did. I might have heard something from Scott Manley, but I'm not sure. Okay, we're prograde. We're good. Yeah, inclination of only 6 degrees. That's pretty good indeed. So let's get to our periapsis and then decelerate. What did the reason end up being? All right, retrograde. And ignition. And we're going to definitely use quick saves here because of the high probability of Kraken attack. Okay, we want... There it is. Set that as our target. Okay, 6.3 degree inclination. That's not bad at all. So... yeah, let's lower this. Ah, yes, porous with fluorescent gases. That makes sense. That would have been my guess as well, but yeah, I'm sure that they got a whole lot more evidence of it. Okay, that will get us our encounter, so let's execute that node. Only 32.3 meters per second needed. But yeah, that happens with comets too. Alright, yeah, we're going to do this first. We're going to do our repair mission, because I'm mostly interested in that, and then we're going to pick up our Kerbal for rescue and head home with him. Yeah, then in our system, our sun heated it up, and those pockets became thrusters for the gas. Yep, that would do it. That would do it for sure. Let's match velocities with target, which we will be 42 meters away from when we get there. That's pretty close. Alright, execute next node. There's our target, that dot right there. You're sad it wasn't an alien mothership? That would have been pretty cool. Although I'd be a little offended that they didn't stop here. Like, what? Are they just using our sun for a slingshot? We're not worth stopping at? What's wrong with us? We'll feed you dinner. We're cool. We're cool, man. You can stop here and say hello. Alright, loading the target into our physics engine. Oh, yeah, this is close. I am not comfortable with this. Ah! Well, that was way closer than it should have been. Yep. I'd call that a little bit of a derp, wouldn't you? I'm very sad that my moderators are not here today because I did something for April Fools, and Shipwreck did not notice, but when he derped me before, it underped me. That was irresponsible. I don't think we ruined anything. We broke one monopropellant tank. That's it. But whoopsie. All right, Silvery Sky, you're a terrible pilot, and Satan redeemed Boozinate. Yeah, let's. Apparently, we've been drinking in space. Let's Boozinate and hydrate, and we got a random cat from Satan, and we got Crookshanks and Shadow. All right, here we go. For you, Satan. There we go. That was definitely a Renda's bus. That's right. We can't fault MechJeb for not getting us there. There we go. Turn off the boost cam. All right, so go on EVA, Silvery Sky. You're up. Also, let's do a quick save. Oh, cannot quick save while Kerbal's on our ladder. Fine. All right, quick save because high probability of Kraken attacks here. High probability. All right, EVA. Let go. Turn on your visor lights and your rocket jetpack. All right, and let's go fix this thing, because there are serious issues. All right, we're getting close, and yeah, this is a big one. It's got lots of auto strut though, so I'm hoping that will minimize the chances of us getting a big oscillation. On the other hand, it's got a couple things docked to it, so we need the repair kits. Turn around. Go get the repair kits. Silver Sky, you forgot the repair kits. What are you doing? We're gonna have to go back and forth a few times here, I think. Let's pin that. So I think we can only carry 4 repair kits at once. Don't make me turn this thing around. That's right, Willie. Nice. I'll do it. We're getting close. Let's monitor our EVA propellant as well. And MechJeb wouldn't even let me take over. I needed to push the abort button. That's what I should have done. That would have allowed me to take over and fix that maneuver before it became a problem. Alright, we need to get close enough that we can access the cargo. There it is. And we need to get rid of this. That's a problem. I can't even put it there. Oh, this is problematical. Okay, good. I can swap them. Oh, that's very handy. I did not know I could do that. Okay, good. Thank you, Kerbal Space Program. That is something done very right. All right, so that is our new target. All right, we're getting up to where we see the damage. Well, there it is, right there. A broken thermal. Oh man, we're missing one too. That one's completely destroyed. So we're going to have 3 of them. We're going to have to bring another one up with us on a future mission. But this will have to do for now. We had more cooling than we needed, I think. So, oh, and each one takes 4 kits. Okay, well, that's a thing. Each one takes 4 kits. So let's do that. We need to go get 4 more kits. I did not realize that each one would take 4 kits, but it makes sense. Those things are huge. So we can fix all 3 of those. And then we're going to need more kits in order to fix the solar panels. And let's investigate how many kits it will need before we launch our next mission, which will not be today, I think. Alright, we're doing well on the EVA propellant. No issues there. Okay, it was quicker to just swap slots. I'm very glad that that was an option. Alright, back to this being our target. But at least we've got this for some power generation. It's not as much as we had, but it is... Actually, no, it is pretty similar. So we weren't using the gargantuan... the Gigantor, that's what they're called. The Gigantor solar arrays. We're using some more of these. So yeah, the priority then will be the cooling. And this will slow down the operations, unfortunately. But not forever. And you know what? Let's get a let's get a selfie of doing the repairs. Okay, let's face this way. There we go. You're having a good time, aren't you? Like, yeah, I'm useful. I get to do stuff in space. Repair. Not too close. I don't want to repair it and then immediately clip into it. That would be nicht bueno. All right, let's fix the last one that we still have on there. Yeah, I'm bummed that that one's broken. No, let's leave that pinned. All right, back to your ship. And don't let me forget to check how many repair kits it will take for the solar panels, so that we bring ample ones on our next trip. All right. Yeah, let's do... There we go. Look at that. Hacks. All right. We still have more than half of our EVA propellant. All right, over to the other side. Before we do the repair, let's do the check of how many repair kits these solar panels are going to cost. And yeah, there are 6 of them. Okay. So yeah, we actually, I think, have more power generation when we have the mining rig attached, which is good. 2 kits required, so yeah, it'll take a total of 12 to do this. Okay. That is good to know. So I think what we'll do next on this is we'll bring an engineer to actually run the refinery and get more efficiency out of it. And they will also do the repair, and we'll bring a whole lot more repair kits than we even need, because who knows how many times that's going to happen. All right, back to your ship, Silvery Sky. With half your EVA propellant remaining. EVA is fun. The controls are a little frustrating, but EVA is fun. Right here. Grab and board. All right, that was successful. We at least got our cooling back. So let's take a look at this and see how that is doing. Let's make sure that it's not gonna clip anything. I think we're good. All right, extend radiator. Extend radiator. Extend radiator. Yeah, these sure did make a pretty cascade of debris when they exploded. All right, and that is going. Okay, and we have processed all the ore in all that time, so that's good. And we're over 1 kilometer per second of delta V available to this thing. I like that. So let's go back to this, and now we need to do our rescue. So where are we looking? Giga Kerman, set as target. And let's bring MechJeb back up. Maneuver planner. Bi-impulsive transfer to target. We're on plane, that's good. Okay, so this will be a cheap maneuver, and it's coming up in 1 hour. Execute next node. Let's make sure we're not going to point at the station and crash into it again. That didn't happen before. Let's pretend it didn't. Oh boy. Yeah, we totally brought only 3 monopropellant tanks with us to begin with. Yeah, 90 instead of 120. That's what we meant to have. Don't worry, nothing's wrong. I hear a fanfare. We have Anna raiding. Welcome, Anna. You were playing some Destiny 2 again, weren't you? I think I saw your go live tweet. Did you do anything particularly impressive considering what day it is today? Marie's saying Anna raid, whoop whoop. Also, you might have an ad. I wish I could just turn off ads entirely. Anna saying Anna raid, whoop whoop. Welcome, Anna. Welcome, raiders. All my moderators are elsewhere right now, so I'm going to do your shout out. There it is. Yes, you were doing Destiny 2, correct? I saw your go live tweet. Let's do a match velocities with target. Yeah, we're going to be 100 meters away from our target, which is much safer for this one. Smaller target. We won't have a collision this time. Create node and execute next node. Let's do this rescue. You're catching us right near the end, Anna, which is all right. Monkey Man Mike, welcome back, Monkey Man Mike, saying Anna raid, whoop whoop. Must have been Discord. Yes, it was the Discord message. Sorry, not Twitter. Yes, on Destiny 2. And yeah, I am doing great. We've been having a lot of fun. We've had a couple of unfortunate booms happen. Unintended booms. But we have recovered from them. We did some in-space repairs just now with a viewer-redeemed Kerbal, Silvery Sky. And we're rescuing Giga Kerman, redeemed by our good friend Satan. Alright, we are 260 meters away. And that will work. Look how close to the surface we are here. That's great. Let's switch over here. Here's Giga Kerman. An engineer, of course. We're looking for engineers, and now we have one after we already used our engineer that we sent. So let's rename this vessel to so we can reclassify it as Debris. And Giga Kerman, get out of there. Turn on your helmet lights and let go. Rocket jetpack engage. And we need to go... Is it? Did it name it after that thing? Crew transporter, that's what we want. Look at target. There we go. There's our target. It's in the sun. That's why you can't see it. There we go. Alright, get over there, my guy. And it says, I played Trials of Osiris, which is a very sweaty 3v3 competitive mode in Destiny 2, and I loved every moment of it, minus the lovely messages I got calling me all sorts of thoughtful names. Oh, it's nice of people to be thoughtful, though. I know what you mean, though. Glad you had a good time, though. It's been a while since I've managed to make one of your streams, unfortunately. I feel very spread thin on Twitch. So many amazing streamers on Twitch. All right. Here we are, and look at that. The port is presented to us super easy, barely an inconvenience. Grab it and board. All right, let's go home. Let's unset target. We want to get back to Kerbin. We don't need to stop at the station this time. We can just go directly back to Kerbin, which means we want to be on this side when we do our burn. There's lots of streamers, can't catch them all. I know, right? Especially as an introvert, I have this anxiety every time I discover a new streamer that I really like. And I always feel this guilt, like, oh, great, here's another streamer that I'm rarely going to get to catch, and I'm going to feel bad about it the whole time. Alright. We're increasing our speed relative to Minmus while decreasing it relative to Kerbin. Get our Kerbin Periapsis, which is being printed right on top of all those icons down low. Alright, it's below 100 kilometers. 600, 500, 200, 100. Okay, just gentle here. Alright. 57 kilometers. That's just inside of Kerbin's atmosphere, and then we will use the 1.6 kilometers of Delta V remaining to us to slow down a little bit more. Let's see. Willie says, I remember all the trials. I remember the Trials of Osiris rage messages for Destiny 1. Oh no. Yeah, Destiny is not a game I've ever played, but I've watched Anna play it a little bit. It looks very fun. There's the sun. We can see again. And there's Kerbin, just tiny down there. There's the moon, very small. And we are headed home. Alright, we have left Kerbin, or Minmus' sphere of influence, and we're in Kerbin's gravitational well. Okay, and we're going to pass this alarm for the next launch opportunity. That's fine, I'm just going to delete it. And that means we can launch whenever after this. And our next big alarm is our arrival at Duna with Duna Probe 4. We'll do that on the next stream. And I think for our next launch, we'll take an engineer for permanent duty on board our interplanetary spacecraft, monitoring and running our refinery for fuel. We'll get better efficiency out of that, which means we might be able to send a second driller and have it keep up with 2 drillers. Alright, let's point retrograde. And it says, my first time playing Trials, and not even like a minute in, I swear some guy was saying all sorts of things to me. I said, I ain't done this before, and he replied and said, good, stick to PvE, oof. I remember back a long time ago, I used to play Dota 2 with my brother and his wife. That was before I was remarried and had kids, but we always had fun. If we got some trash talk, we would wait, and if we won, then my sister-in-law really enjoyed saying, "You just got beat by a mom." All right, and of course we're coming down at night for Pete Venkman, who isn't here. But yeah, we're gonna slow down like this because we are going real fast. Well, he says the rest of PvP is even power. If I remember right, that's why people raged. Yeah, I don't know enough about Destiny in this mode to to have a proper frame of reference. Alright, we're using a combination of aero braking and engine power to slow down in Kerbin's atmosphere. Let's get close up so that you guys can actually see something. Alright, we're getting down to something very manageable for our heat shield, so yeah, I feel good about this re-entry. But yeah, if this works out, we'll have done 4 rescue missions on this stream, as well as a repair in orbit, and some refueling as well, and a launch towards Moho. So it's been a productive stream, including two, you know, a little bit derps. And it says my solo players go against other people's power level that are similar. That's usually the way to go, yeah. I tell you what though, for the closest to that I've been playing is Vault Hunters, as far as, you know, being a first person and high energy action. And that is such a rush, and I am still addicted, having so much fun with Vault Hunters. And it's going to be rough going on vacation for a week and not being able to stream Vault Hunters twice in a row. So, but that's all right. I'm going to take my potato laptop. All right, we're out of fuel. We're using up our monopropellant, but we don't need to. Let's turn that off, actually throttle down. And let's ditch this module there, and then point retrograde again. All right, coming down at night. but yeah, so I'll at least be able to do some base work and stuff. I don't know that I'll be able to reliably run a vault from that potato laptop, but that's okay. I have all sorts of stuff I need to do from my base, and also some vanilla Minecraft stuff that I need to do. I need to make some data packs for some things that we're working on. Look at that. That is cool. Goodbye, service module. That was cool. That was cool to watch. I feel the same way, Willie, about Dota 2. I would be very lost if I started playing that again now. It's been 4 years or so since I even launched that game. All right, we are right there in the middle of our re-entry. Crew is experiencing 2 gravities. And Willie asking if we're running any Minecraft servers that console can join. So Bedrock mode. I am not, actually, but a friend of mine is running one that is joinable using, what is it, Geyser? Shipwreck redeemed random cat and got Crookshanks. Shipwreck, since you're back, I have a confession to make. We had an explosion that was my fault. It was a derp. I accidentally clicked the wrong docking port, and we lost some solar panels and radiators. Well, there's a derp. Here we go. Yep. And then, when taking an engineer there to repair it, we had a little bit of a collision and a small boom, so that's another derp. Agro Ninja, welcome. This looks complicated. It is. Oh, there's another shipwreck adding a derp. Yeah, we're up to 340 derps now. Whoops. All right, when we get down to 2 kilometers, we're going to deploy the parachutes. Yeah, I said we'd have a derp-free stream, but we ended up with 3 derps. Whoops. Oh, we're coming down over the shores. And Shipwreck redeeming a Boozinate. All right, here we go. We're 2 kilometers over the altitude, so let's go ahead and deploy the parachutes, and let's Boozinate while it goes down and splashes down. All right, for you, Shipwreck, thank you for the Boozinate. Finished it off. Oh, what's this dirt for? Now we're up to 339 derps. Jeez. I don't know why that derp, but okay. If Shipwreck, if my moderators say I derped, then I guess I derped. And of course, we're coming down at night. All right, we're bringing Silvery Sky home after a successful repair mission in orbit. I'm a troll. What do you mean, Shipwreck? I don't understand. Oh, thank you. Thank you for removing the dirt, Shipwreck. Oh, you snitched on me. Who snitched on me? Very rude. Fix it, you bet. Fix what? What's broken? Nothing's broken. But yeah, here we go. We've rescued Giga Kerman, redeemed by Satan. And Shipwreck, were you the one that redeemed Silvery Sky, our friend Silvery Sky, or was that Silvery Sky themselves? Let's recover. I don't know what's broken, Shipwreck. Everything seems fine. Oh wait, do you mean the booze cam? It's always been like this. This is old technology. Shrug. I don't know what you mean, Shipwreck. All right, but yeah, let's go ahead and get the confirmation messages for those missions, and that's where we're going to end it today. This has been a very productive stream. Anna says, I'm going to have to go to sleep now. Nice to catch you, you now, though. Yeah, thank you for coming over, and thank you for the raid, Anna. Always good to see you. And glad you are doing well. Yeah, we're back up to 1.5 million spaceos. Very good. And there's Giga Kerman, part of our crew. Nice. We can close those. So yeah, next time we will be arriving at Duna, possibly launching for Drez, and we'll also be doing some more maintenance on that ship. We'll send an engineer over there to live there permanently, and we'll do some more refueling as well, so it'll be fun. But yeah, today what did we do? We launched towards Moho. We launched our second mole, our Moho landing expedition. We did some refueling from the surface of Minmus. We had 2 big booms. Whoops. And we fixed one of them, and we did 3 rescue missions and returned all 3 of those, plus Uranus Kerman, which was rescued quite a ways back, to the surface of Kerbal. So that's been great. Let's see who is online that we can raid. We got some Minecrafters. We're probably gonna raid a Minecrafter. There aren't that many Kerbal Space Program players active these days. Although I wonder if there's anyone playing KSP2 that we can raid. Let me check that real quick. Okay, yeah, Kerbal Space Program 2. There aren't that many, and let's see. Speaking German, speaking Russian. No. That is alright. What we can do, let's raid Clickwell, who's playing the April Fool's snapshot. I want to see what this is about. And Clickwell has been very supportive and is a good friend, so let's do this. Clickwell, playing Minecraft. We're going to start the raid. And reminder, I will not be here next week. I'm taking a vacation to California with my wife. I'm going to take the kids to the zoo and visit her family. But yeah, there's the raid message, and we'll be back after that. Copy that whole thing if you're subscribed. Otherwise, copy what's between where it says Amber for Totem and Quick Side the Redeeming Hydrate. All right, let's do it. Let's do a quick hydrate for you. All right, here we go. We're gonna hydrate. Here it is. Thank you, Quick Side. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.